Hey guys, Jared here. Just chilling like a villain. You know, my home slice is back at home, so I'm just all by myself. And I recently found something that made me uber happy. You guys are gonna tweak over this, but as you all know, I really like nerdy things, and one of the nerdy things that I really liked was the Twilight Zone and Outer Limits and stuff like that. Well, I was going over it, and there's an episode called Abduction, which was I believe 1990, one of the 90s episodes of The Outer Limits. Well, let me just double check this for you. It was one of the early ones, and well, something kind of odd caught my eye, and yep, 1995. That's double checking. So I really love this episode. Five teenagers, average stereotypical teenagers, are zoomed up by aliens, and they're told that they have to vote on one of them has to die, or they all die. Pretty balls tripping amazing. Well, and then I looked into it, and I found out that the Outer Limits, there was episodes based off of books by popular authors, and two of my all-time favorite authors contributed to the series. And when I tell you the first one, you're probably not going to be surprised by, which is Stephen King. Master of horror. I love Stephen King. He is my horror book god. There are there are things I really enjoy of his, like the Dark Tower series, a lot of other stuff. There's actually a band called Demons and Wizards that has a song that's based off his entire series of the Dark Towers, and it is glorious. If you ever get the chance, check it out. You know what? I will put a link down below to the Touch of the Crimson King by Demons and Wizards to check that out. But, in other words, the second author is one that everyone is really big into right now. He has a lot of books. A lot of people make fun of him. A lot of people love, hate. But George R. Martin, I am not shitting you. If you do not believe me, look this up. The episode The Sand King of The Outer Limits was based on George R. Martin's little novella. Now, if that's not trippy enough, I watched the episode. Mind-bogglingly wonderful. I don't want to spoil it. It's not one of the greatest episodes of theirs, but I definitely did enjoy it. Um, yeah. So, so George R. R. Martin, if you're not in the know, which shame on you, is the author of the very popular series Game of Thrones and all those other books. Right now, I am on Feast for. No, wait. I just finished the feast. I'm on A Dance with Dragons. And man, does this guy love to piss you off. Just every time you get emotionally committed, you do not get emotionally committed to a character in one of his books at all. Or otherwise, you'll just be like, I can't spoil anything. I'll just say lots and lots of important characters die. I mean, he holds back no punches. And when you invest a lot into these characters. These characters are wonderful. He writes wonderfully. It's mind-boggling. The the book series is absolutely fantastic. The TV series absolutely fantastic. Definitely a huge fan. Okay, but yeah, that's that's pretty awesome if you do say so. There's some other authors in there like Harrison Elliott, A.E. Van Vogt, Endo Biner, Larry Niven, Richard Matheson. But personally, George R. R. Martin and Stephen King are my two personal favorites because I mean it's not that they're more famous; it's just that I like a lot more of their stuff. I have a actual Stephen King movie collection. It Not all of them are. There's hit and misses. I love the Stanley Kubrick Shining, but I also hate the Stanley Kubrick Shining. It's a wonderful movie. I think Stanley Kubrick made his own version of it. I know Stephen King was really pissed off at it, but it is, I think, a good movie. But I don't. If it was just written by Stanley Kubrick, I would be completely okay with. Like if Stephen King had done it, the book is really a lot different. It's hard to explain, but there's a lot of things. So it's kind of a toss up on that one. A lot of his other stuff too. Definitely a huge fan of. Let's see, probably my second favorite book of Stephen King's of all time, after the Dark Tower series, which is a mind-blowing series. You will lose your shit. Would have to be Salem's Lot. I love that book. I even have like an old school edition of it, which I inherited from my grandpa. Also like Carrie, well, most of his other books too. And the thing that I really like about him is he also respects the greats. And one of my other personal favorite authors of all time, H.P. Lovecraft. He said, if I, like he said, there's no greater horror writer than H.P. Lovecraft. And personally, I'm a huge fan of Poe, don't get me wrong, but Lovecraft is better than Poe. And I know people like to say, but Poe is much more. And I'm like, no. Lovecraft is like the father of occult. Like the creepy, the horrifying, the ancient gods, the lost cities, all of this stuff. I love that. Like, you know, and even on this computer, I have a downloaded copy of the Call of Cthulhu on just in my sound audio file, and sometimes when I'm bored, I'll just listen to it because I really like that book. Yeah. There's a lot of other series that I listen to, but right now, I think my main focus is trying to get through the Game of Thrones books, which they're hardcore. And I'm so excited for season 4. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah. But yeah, if you want, check out the series. There was another episode that was based off of the Stephen King one, which I have not gotten to yet. Like, I have been trying to find it and watch it, but everywhere else, like, it's either you gotta pay for it or you gotta things. And right now I'm broke as shit. The Revelations of Becca Paulson, yeah. Uh, definitely an interesting thing. If you're an old school sci-fi horror geek and you like this stuff, check it out. If you're new to it, still just check it out. Personally, I love the Twilight Zone. I love the Outer Limits, both the old and the new. One of the very first stories, or one of the stories I really enjoyed in high school that we were forced to read was The Monsters of Maple Street. And the funny part is, I watched the old version of the episode. It was pretty great. But then the new version of the episode was mind-bogglingly great because they swapped out the aliens, for soldiers and made it seem like you know, like the government was fucking with us. And I was like, damn, that's a great twist. You'll I hope that doesn't spoil it for you. Like, there is still that story is the journey, not the destination. I mean, and that's only a brief, probably 40-second bit of that. The rest of it, amazing. Howard Stern, I wish you were still with us. The rest of or not Howard Stern, Rod Sterling. Why did I say Howard Stern? I don't know. My brains are baffled and confused. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I am going to get back to The Walking Dead. So to everyone who likes anything freaky, geeky, or tweaky, chill in there, hang out. This is License Plate Jacket Radio with Nerd Chat numero dos. I will be continually making these videos If you guys like them, feel free to like them and subscribe. If you don't, tell me what you think in the comments. I will leave the link to the Touch of the Crimson King, and yeah, totally just check it out. Peace out, License Plate Jacket Radio.